free. March, 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 when we gon' make it free. March, 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 when we gon' make it free. March, march, we rock the vibes, come on.
Let the world gather round. Say, what have you just found? Is it something I could drown in the water? Why ask if you tell? Why ask if you tell? Why ask if you tell? Grown child with a loaded gun. Said it's all good, 'cause I'm just having fun. I'm a perfect market crack with a twisting hammer smear. Is it something I could crack in love? There's a fire raging all around you, and it burns a dark road. And I know this life won't last forever, but I stand and fight there. I stand and fight them.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the USCSA Broadcast Network's live coverage of the 2013 USCSA National Championships from Sun Valley, Idaho, on a glorious Tuesday afternoon in the Wood River Valley, as we are ready for round two, the second run of the Women's Alpine Giant Slalom, right here from the Greyhawk Trail in the Warm Springs base area of the Sun Valley Resort. Hi, everybody. Boss Hogg alongside Alex Beatty as we kick it to you from the USCSA Broadcast Center here at the bottom of the trail in the finish corral, which is what is setting up to be an absolutely exciting second run for the ladies as we get ready to crown our first national champion of the Alpine events here from Sun Valley. Alex, it was fast and furious in run number 1 earlier this morning, and after we take a look at this new set for the second run, it can only be more incredible this afternoon.
Absolutely, boss. I got a chance to go up on the hill after the break to check out this course set. It looks very different from the first run, very straight, very fast in this upper section. Then we get into a massive turn, almost a super G turn that'll bring the skiers all the way around to skiers left, the total opposite side of the run, then brings them back on the same track they were on before, so that should be crazy, boss. A lot of people getting tired up at the top. They're going to have some trouble with that turn.
We are watching our forerunners come down as they get this course prepped ready for the ladies. We'll take the top 30 and flip them in reverse order from the first run. Of course, the time to beat in a lightning fast blast down this course earlier today. It's Johanna Tikkanen from Sierra Nevada College. Matea Firk, Eloise Julian, Samantha Bisnair, and Caroline Clayson, they all want a piece of that national championship gold as well. But they are going to have to do some business on Johanna Tikkanen to have an opportunity at that, because her time was just unbelievable. So we are ready and set to go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. It's time to go ski racing here in Sun Valley, Idaho. We're glad you're joining us at www.uscsa.com. The 2013 USCSA National Championships are brought to you in part by Patagonia. Their mission, to build the best product, cause no unnecessary harm, and to use business to inspire and implement solutions to the environmental crisis. Learn more at Patagonia.com. Patagonia, proud supporters of the USCSA. And by Reliable Racing. Whether it's alpine and Nordic ski racing apparel and equipment, hill and event supplies, sports timing equipment, or hard-to-find race gear, Reliable Racing is your one-stop shop. Check them out on the web at ReliableRacing.com. And by Hurricane Racing. Whether it's custom team alpine, Nordic, or cycling race apparel you seek, Hurricane Racing delivers. Demand the very best in custom printed ski suits, jackets, pants, and race apparel. Demand Hurricane Racing. Hurricane Racing, official sponsors of the 2013 USCSA National Championships. And by Twitchell Sportswear, the home of Yeti apparel. When you're facing truly abominable weather, the Yeti has you covered. Check out the complete collection at TwitchellSportswear.com, proud supporters of the USCSA. Let's take a quick look at our results after run number 1 earlier here today on the Greyhawk Trail. Of course, our leader, Johanna Tikkanen from Sierra Nevada College with a time of 106.80. She's followed by her teammate, Matea Firk, at 107.36. Eloise Julian from Rocky Mountain College in third. Samantha Bisnair from the University of British Columbia in fourth. Rounding out your top 5 from Sierra Nevada, Caroline Clayson. It's Ella Both in sixth from British Columbia. Emily Lamoureux from Sierra Nevada in seventh, followed by Frederica Helm from Rocky Mountain College in eighth. And Nicole Polchuk, our last year's GS national champion from the University of Nevada, Reno in ninth. We are ready to get started. Again, we'll flip the top 30 times from the first run. They'll come down in reverse order. Things will be led off by Kelia Zijic. She'll be followed by Daniela Helmsley, Brianna Kohlberg, Emma LeBlanc, Kayla Johnston, Amanda Engelhardt, Christina McDonald, Madison McLaughlin, Morgan Duffy, and Simona Crocolo. Alex, Sierra Nevada College setting up early to be the team to beat today. And what a run that we saw earlier this morning from Johanna Tikkanen. Can anybody beat this team?
I don't think so, boss. They've posted really impressive times in the first run, and they're going to love this course setup. Fast and straightforward. It's going to be a breeze for Sierra Nevada, but a lot of teams want to knock them off the podium, boss, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
That's why we run 2 runs, because you never know what's going to happen in the second contest, as evidenced last year in Sunday River at the 2012 USCSA National Championship. Matea Firk with a lightning-fast run in the women's slalom. Of course, coming back in the second run and having difficulty allowing Brown University's Kai Mosenthal to come in and win a national championship in her senior year in the final race of her collegiate skiing career. So anything can happen here as we get ready to bring you exciting second run coverage. Let's take a look at the race and the course details here on the Greyhawk Trail here at Sun Valley. 17 degrees, it's 47% relative humidity, so it's a little moist out there. Partly cloudy skies. We'll be starting the race at 2,229 meters, dropping to 1,829 here in the finish corral. A 400-meter vertical drop, 46 gates of exciting giant slalom action for your enjoyment. And, of course, our chief of race, Harry Ricker. Our forerunners are down. They were Miles Finkdebray, Maggie Corrigan, Jake Jacobs, Sam Ricker, and Katie Whittier. Always an honor to be chosen as a forerunner here at the National Championships. And we certainly appreciate their help in getting this course ready for the ladies. As Kelia Zizic, a guest racer here today, will start in the 30th position. She was 30th fastest. She'll come down first in run number 2. All the course workers now getting set. Had an opportunity to speak to Brown University during the lunch break. Talked about Nika Mosenthal's last gate blow-up. And what an unfortunate reality for her. You got to watch her all year long, Alex. You saw her and the Brown team do a tremendous job of winning just about every single race we had over in the Eastern Division. And what a tough break for her, as she is a DNF on run 1 and will not come down in this second run.
Absolutely, boss. 2 of Brown's top skiers down in the first run. That puts a lot of pressure on their other 3 racers to finish. All 3 of them will need to finish if they're going to avoid being saddled with a dummy time. That's what we use if a team does not have 3 finishing racers. I believe it's the last place finishing time plus 10 seconds. So a killer for a team that wants to be competitive in this race. Brown's really going to have to step it up here if they want to place today, boss.
Of course, Sierra Nevada College, the team to beat after laying down just incredible performances in the first run. I don't think I've seen anything quite like that in a long time, and it just is year after year. Coach Branco bringing together a team that is just tough to beat. They certainly are the ones with the targets on their back here in run number 2. We'll also see here in this first 30, Hannah Wolf from Michigan State University, Lily Erickson from Smith College, William Smith's Jessica Bishop, along with St. Olaf's McKenna McNabb, Monica Redente from St. Anselm, Melissa Daniels from Sierra Nevada, along with Katie Olfstead from St. Olaf. Colorado Mesa University, well represented here today. We'll see Sarah Gregory come down here in the second run, along with Mimi Polivaro from Rocky Mountain College. In the 20th start position here in run number 2, it is the hometown favorite from the College of Idaho, Mayu Nakamura. She'll be followed by St. Anselm's Caitlin Forbes. And then it's the University of Nevada, Reno's Nicole Polshuk, qualifying 9th in the first run. She, of course, last year's ladies giant slalom national champion out in Sunday River. Let's go over some overall results. Alex, you have been busy contemplating and adding and using your algebraic mind to determine who is in the lead here. Take it away.
Well, boss, no surprises here. Sierra Nevada sitting in first. It looks like Rocky Mountain College right now hanging in second. Too close to call for third. I'll have to get back to you on that a little bit later, but we'll get that all figured out after the second run.
And here we go. We are underway. And our first racer, Danielle Helmsley, a guest racer now coming down the course as she makes her way through the midsection. A very different set here in run number 2 as they bring the racers from the skiers left all the way back to the skiers right in the middle of the corner, the middle of the course, and then a nasty right-hand turn right at the end. We'll talk more about that as our first racer, Daniela Helmsley, crossing the stripe in a time of 103.6. Check that, 103.86. Good enough for second place. She was preceded by Kelia Zizic. She came down in a 103.08. So Zilzik and Daniela Hemsley atop your leaderboard, while Brianna Kohlberg from Castleton College now on course. Been able to expand our video coverage here for run number 2 to include a second shot. Hope you'll enjoy, and we're still working on some technical difficulties high atop the mountain. We hope to bring that to you tomorrow as we bring you live coverage of the men's GS. Meanwhile, here at the bottom with 5 gates to go, it's Brianna Kohlberg from Castleton. And Kohlberg tucking, and into the finish corral comes Brianna Kohlberg, and it's good enough for first place. A second run of 103.55. Let's give our scoreboard keeper the combined times now. Kohlberg in the lead with 2:19.42. Daniela Helmsley, and check that. That's Kelia Zizic in second with 2:19.55, and Daniela Hemsley in third with 2:20.05. Now on course from Brown University, it's Emma LeBlanc. LeBlanc qualifying 27th after the morning run with a 1:15.85. Now making her way into the final third, in the last 7 gates comes LeBlanc. She is skiing well. The legs become nuclear here at the bottom. Into the tuck, and across the stripe comes Emma LeBlanc from Brown University, and she takes the lead with a combined time of 2:17.08. She's in first place. So your top 4, it's LeBlanc, Kohlberg, Zizic, and Daniela Hemsley in fourth. Still the fastest 26 racers to come. Now from the University of British Columbia, wearing bib 63, it's Kayla Johnston. Johnston, the 26th fastest qualifier after the morning session. Now makes her way out of the center section into the lower third. Here comes Kayla Johnston. She'll be followed by Brown's Amanda Engelhardt, who's dropped in from the start shack. Christina Donnelly also awaiting her second run from the top from University of British Columbia. But now with 6 gates to go, it's Kayla Johnston. From the University of British Columbia, here comes Kayla Johnston. Will it be enough to take over Emma LeBlanc? Johnson into the final tuck and across the stripe in a 2:19.24, good enough for second place. So LeBlanc still atop your leaderboard, followed by Johnston, Kohlberg, Zizic, and Daniela Hemsley. Still the fastest 25 to come. Brown University's Amanda Engelhardt wearing bib 84. Coming out of the center section into the lower third. Amanda Engelhardt qualifying 25th after the first round. She'll need to pour it on to take a podium here. Meanwhile, Christina Donnelly from the University of British Columbia has dropped in at the top. But here with 5 gates to go, it's Amanda Engelhardt from Brown. Now Brown into her final tuck, and into the finish crowd comes Amanda Engelhardt, and she takes over the lead with a combined time of 2:16.77. Fast and furious, still the fastest 24 to come. As Christina Donnelly from the University of British Columbia, she's on course. Through the middle section comes Donnelly. Engelhardt still the time to beat. Emma LeBlanc in second, Kayla Johnston in third. Now dropping in from the start shack at St. Olaf's, Madison McLaughlin. And Donnelly from British Columbia through the lower third into the final 8 gates. Here comes Christina Donnelly from the University of British Columbia. Strong program coming out of the West Coast, and across the stripe, it's Christina Donnelly, good enough for third place with a combined time of 2:18.75. Alex, this is definitely a more challenging run than we saw in the first run here this morning, as this thing whips back and forth across the trail. And then what about the hard right footer there at the bottom of this run, and then a quick left footer all the way back across. It's a hairpin turn with 10 gates to go.
Absolutely, boss. And the top of this run is extremely fast. The gates set far apart vertically, but close together horizontally, making these racers carry a lot of speed into that giant turn. They're handling it very well. I'm sure we're going to see some racers it's going to prove a little bit too much. That speed might throw them off balance, but so far it's been nothing but perfection.
Madison McLaughlin now across the stripe into the corral from St. Olaf College. 2:17.35 is her combined time, good enough for third place. Meanwhile, high above the hill, Morgan Duffy from the University of Washington on course, wearing bib number 21. She was 22nd fastest after the first run. She'll be followed by Simona Crocolo from Castleton College. And now out of the center section into the lower third comes Morgan Duffy from the University of Washington. She's skiing well. Duffy now into that section where we're talking about a hard left boot back to the right side of the run, tossing these skiers around like a washing machine. Into the final 2 gates comes Morgan Duffy, and across the stripe she is. And it takes the lead. Morgan Duffy with a combined time of 2:15.60. She's your current leader. Amanda Engelhardt from Brown University in second. She's followed by her teammate Emma LeBlanc in third. Then it's Madison McLaughlin, Christina Donnelly, and Kayla Johnson. Now through the center section comes Castleton College's Simona Krokolo, wearing bib number 3, 21st fastest after the first run. Having some difficulty in the middle section, looks like she's back in form. But you can't afford to lose 1 second in this race. Too many fast racers left to come. And into the final 8 gates comes Simona Krokolo from Castleton. And now Krokolo with 2 gates to go. Here's Simona Krokolo from Castleton, and across the stripe she comes in a combined time of 2:20.03, puts her in 9th position. Again, like I said, Alex, it is tough to recover. Once you have scraped the speed on this course, it is really hard to get it back and be competitive in this final round.
Absolutely, boss, and every second counts here. There is no third run. These racers are going to let everything hang out to try to get the best time possible and end up on that podium. Should be an exciting rest of the race, boss.
Anna Wolf now wearing bib 23 from Michigan State University. The Spartan into the final 7 gates. It's Anna Wolf. She qualified 20th fastest after run number 1. Will she be able to make up some time? She crosses the stripe in a combined time of 2:16.18. Good enough for second place. So a great run from Anna Wolf from Michigan State University. Now Lily Erickson from Smith College. She's on course wearing bib 19, coming through the center section and dropping out of the start shaft. From William Smith College is Jessica Bishop. Meanwhile, Lily Erickson moving from the center section into the lower third. Now she'll make this wild swing to the skier's left, and then the hairpin turn. Now back to the right. She manages it properly. The final 5 gates for Lily Erickson from Smith College. A great run for Erickson. Will it be enough to take the lead? She crosses the stripe, and it's good enough for 4th. A 2:17.01 for Erickson. So the University of Washington's Morgan Duffy still your leader, followed by Michigan State University's Hannah Wolf. Amanda Engelhardt from Brown in the 3rd slot. Lily Erickson from Smith in 4th. Rounding out your top 5 from Brown University is Emma LeBlanc. Now back to live action into the lower third comes Jessica Bishop from William Smith College. She was 18th fastest after the morning run. The first racer down, always a scary slot in run number 1 of a national championship, but she did well, and she's going to follow it up with a total combined time of 2:20.42. So Jessica Bishop from William Smith College completing her national giant slalom run here on the Greyhawk Trail at Sun Valley. McKenna McNabb from St. Olaf College on course. She is wearing bib number 33, 17th fastest. And she'll be followed by St. Anselm's Monica Redente wearing bib 43. Into the lower third comes McNabb. St. Olaf College well represented here at the National Championships. Also fielding an incredibly powerful cross-country team. And across the stripe comes McKenna McNabb. And she takes the lead. What a great run from McKenna McNabb from St. Olaf College. A combined time of 2:13.60. That puts her atop the leaderboard. So it's McNabb, Duffy, and Wolf in your top 3 slots. Still the fastest 16 skiers to come. Monica Renente from St. Anselm's College wearing bib 43 on course. Coming out of the center section into the lower third. Now she'll make her way from skier's right way across the Greyhawk Trail to the skier's left. And then the hairpin turn. The girls have been good at being able to manage it. The final 4 gates where the legs are on fire. Here comes Monica Redente from St. Anselm's College. And across the stripe into the finish corral, and she takes the lead. Monica Redente from St. Anselm's, your current leader, here in run number 2 of the Women's National Championship Giant Slot. Hope you're enjoying our live coverage on the USCSA Network. Boss Hogg and Alex Beatty bringing it to you live from the broadcast center at the base of the Greyhawk Trail. Back to live actions here in Nevada College's Melissa Daniels on course. The 15th fastest, wearing bib 96. She's going to have to pour it on to take over Redente. Now she makes her way to the skier's left and around the hairpin turn in the final sections of this course. 5 gates to go for Melissa Daniels. Sierra Nevada College's Melissa Daniels now makes her tuck and across the stripe, Daniels comes and takes the lead. A combined time of 2:12.49 puts her atop the leaderboard. Melissa Daniels, your new leader from Sierra Nevada College. Still the fastest 14 racers to come. Katie Olstead wearing bib 11 from St. Olaf College on course. Coming into the center section and making her way to the lower third comes Olstead. She'll be followed by Colorado Mesa University's Sarah Gregory. Now Katie Olstead. Alex, these girls seem to be doing a great job at managing this hairpin turn right here in the bottom third. Just about 8 gates to go after that turn. We haven't seen much action there, so it may appear to be a little more technical down here than it is up there.
Absolutely, boss. They're handling it very well, keeping everything together and powering towards the finish. Impressive times. A much faster course here, I'd say by a full 10 seconds. So impressive speed by these athletes.
Katie Olstead from St. Olaf across the stripe in a combined time of 2:13.96. Good enough for 4th position. Meanwhile, Sarah Gregory from Colorado Mesa University wearing bib number 5 now to the lower third. A good run from Sarah Gregory. And, of course, Colorado Mesa University fielding a fantastic squad here in the Alpine competition. Mimi Palavaro from Rocky Mountain College in bib 67 now has dropped in. Meanwhile, the 3 gates to go for Colorado Mesa's Sarah Gregory. And into the corral comes Gregory with a combined time of 2:13.52, good enough for 3rd place. So your top 5, it's Melissa Daniels from Sierra Nevada in 1st, followed by Monica Redente from St. Anselm's. Colorado Mesa's Sarah Gregory in 3rd. Then it's McKenna McNabb from St. Olaf in 4th. And rounding out your top 5, also from St. Olaf, Katie Olstead. Fast and furious action, still the top 12 racers to come. We are moments away from crowning a national champion here in Sun Valley, Idaho. Mimi Palavaro from Rocky Mountain College. Great performance last year at the Nationals in Sunday River. Can she follow it up again today here in Sun Valley? 4 gates to go for Palavaro. Here is Rocky Mountain College's Mimi Palavaro across the stripe in a time of 2:13.27. Good enough for 2nd place for Mimi Palavaro. Now it's the hometown favorite, the Yote Mayu Nakamura. Nakamura on course. The big Idaho crowd here awaiting her arrival in the finish corral. Coached by Coach Ron Bonneau at the College of Idaho, fielding both the men's and women's Alpine team, a great regional championship the Yotes had. Now through the middle section into the lower third comes Mayu Nakamura from the College of Idaho. And around the hairpin comes Nakamura. She navigates it cleanly. And a good second run for Mayu Nakamura, the hometown girl from the Yotes. 3 gates to go. And across the finish line it is Mayu Nakamura from the College of Idaho with a combined time of 2:16.59. Now on course, wearing bib 9 from St. Anselm's, it's Caitlin Forbes. She was 10th fastest after the first run. She'll be followed by last year's champion, Nicole Polshuk from the University of Nevada, Reno. Working her way past the center section into the lower third comes Caitlin Forbes from St. Anselm's College. Fast and furious action, still the 9 fastest skiers to come. 6 gates to go for Forbes. Will it be enough to overtake Melissa Daniels? Here comes Forbes into her tuck. And across the stripe, it is Caitlin Forbes, and she takes the lead. Caitlin Forbes from St. Anselm's College, your new leader here in the women's giant slalom. Still the 10 fastest to come, and they want gold. Nicole Polshuk, she knows how to get it. Last year's national champion in Sunday River in the giant slalom. Will she be able to make up the time needed to be on the podium here in Sun Valley? Now it's Nicole Polshuk into the lower third. 10 gates to go for Polshuk. She'll be followed by Fredrika Helm from Rocky Mountain College. Now into the final 5. Here comes Nicole Polshuk. Moving well, letting the skis do the work. Now into the final tuck comes Nicole Polshuk. Last year's national champion across the stripe in 2:12.38. Good enough for 2nd place. So Caitlin Forbes from St. Anselm, still your leader, followed by Polshuk, Daniel, Palavara, and Redente. Still the fastest 8 to come. From Rocky Mountain College, it's Fredrika Helm. Helm can taste the podium here in the women's giant slalom. Having to scrape a lot of speed, though, as she made the transition from the middle section to the lower third. She'll have to pour it on here in the final 12 gates. Here comes Frederica Helm from Rocky Mountain College. Will it be enough to move on to the podium for Helm? 3 gates to go into the tuck, and across the stripe is Frederica Helm, and it is. It's enough for the lead. A combined time of 2:10.98. Your new leader from Rocky Mountain College, it's Frederica Helm. Now wearing bib 61 on course in the center section from Sierra Nevada College, it's Emily Lamoureux. Sierra Nevada, the team to beat today. Lamoureux having a good run. Really letting it fly in the center section and makes a transition to the lower third. Keep your eyes open, folks. Here comes Emily Lamoureux from Sierra Nevada College. Into the final hairpin turn, and she gets hairy but collects. Good core strength from Lamoureux. Keeps her on track. 3 gates to go. Will it be enough to take the lead? Here comes Emily Lamoureux across the stripe with a combined time of 2:11.62. Good enough for second place. Frederica Helm from Rocky Mountain, your leader. Emily Lamoureux in second. Caitlin Forbes in third. Then it's Polchuk, Daniel, Talavara, Redente, and Sarah Gregory rounding out your top 8. Now moving out of the center section into the lower third, wearing bib 31st. The 6th fastest qualifier after run 1, it's Ella Boff. Ella Boff from the University of British Columbia. She wants the podium. She's going to have to pour it on here in the final 7 gates. Skiing well is Ella Boff from UBC. 3 gates to go, and into the final tuck comes Boff. And across the stripe, and she takes the lead. An incredible fastest second run so far in 58.35. A combined time of 2:07.15. Ella Boff from the University of British Columbia, your new leader. So it's Boff, Helm, Lamoureux, Forbes, and Polchuk rounding out your top 5. Still the fastest 5 skiers to come. And now into the center section in Sierra Nevada College's Caroline Clayson. Clayson, an experienced national championship racer. Great results from her last year in Sunday River. She's back to try to get on a podium today. Will it be enough for Caroline Clayson? She was 3rd place last year in the GS in Sunday River. She wants to try to do it again with 2 to go. Here comes Caroline Clayson, and across the stripe, not enough for first. 2:07.92 is the combined time. That lands her into 2nd place. Still the top 4 racers to go. University of British Columbia, Samantha Bisnair now on course. She was 4th fastest after the first run with a 1:07.91. Wearing bib number 10. Through the center section into the lower third comes Samantha Bisnair, the sister of racer Mike Bisnair. She is moving well as she makes her way into the final 12 gates here on this ladies GS run on the Greyhawk Trail in Sun Valley, Idaho. 5 gates to go for Bisnair. Will it be enough to take over Boff? Oh, and she struggles in the last gate. Oh, and she's down. Oh, a tough break for Bisnair. Bisnair had a run going in the bottom. Tons of speed with 3 gates to go. She is down on the course. Meanwhile, Eloise Julianne from Rocky Mountain College making her way down the middle section. And that's going to be a DNF, a shame for Samantha Bisnair. That'll end her day. And a tough gate that she missed with 2 to go before the stripe. She had a run going, Alex Beatty.
Absolutely, boss. Tough break here for British Columbia. They were hoping to have their top racers finish. They really need that to get on the podium, boss.
Here comes Eloise Julianne from Rocky Mountain College. Will she have enough to take the lead? No. Yes. Eloise Julianne with the fastest combined time of 2:06.89. She's your current leader. So Rocky Mountain College's Eloise Julianne in the lead, followed by Ella Boff from the University of British Columbia, Caroline Clayson in 4th, Frederica Helm in 5th from Rocky Mountain, and Emily Lamoureux from Sierra Nevada rounding out your top 5. Still the fastest 2 to come. Matea Burke from Sierra Nevada College. She is skiing like a tremendous machine as she makes the transfer from the center section to the lower third. Now the hairpin for Matea Burke. Burke letting it all hang out. She wants a national championship here in Sun Valley. Will it be enough for Matea Burke? Sierra Nevada's Matea Burke across the stripe, and she takes the lead. Your new leader from Sierra Nevada College, it's Matea Burke with a combined time of 2:06.38. But here is run number 1. Johanna Tikkanen, Sierra Nevada College's rocket ship, making her way through the center section now. All she's got to do is ski clean. She had a huge lead after run number 1. Anything can happen as she gets out of the center into the lower third. It looks to be 15 gates to go. Will she have enough? Johanna Tikkanen from Sierra Nevada College. She can smell a national championship with 5 gates to go. Here comes Johanna Tikkanen. Tikkanen with 3 to go. Will it be enough for Sierra Nevada? Tikkanen across the stripe. And it's not enough. Tikkanen, not enough in the second run. Matea Burke holds on to the national championship from Sierra Nevada. Tikkanen in a combined time of 2:06.47. She was 5th fastest in the second run with a 59.67, but it wasn't enough as Matea Burke from Sierra Nevada coming down at a 59.02 in the second run. Matea Burke making up an enormous amount of time, and it looks like Burke from Sierra Nevada College, after a tough loss to Brown University's Kai Mosenthal last year at Sunday River, comes back and redeems herself in her senior year at Sierra Nevada College. Matea Burke, ladies and gentlemen, is your 2013 USCSA Women's Giant Slalom National Champion. What an incredible run from Matea Burke. Who would have thought that Johanna Tikkanen could have been outpaced in this second run, Alex?
Absolutely, boss. Matea Burke threw down a huge second run, a mere 1/10 of a second separating her from Johanna Tikkanen, and that 1/10 of a second was the difference maker. She will take home the gold, boss.
An incredible performance from the senior from Sierra Nevada College, Matea Burke, winning a national championship here in Sun Valley, Idaho in the women's giant slalom. Let's go down your leaderboard now. Matea Burke, of course, in first. She's followed by teammate Johanna Tikkanen, the fastest in the first run. Then in third place, it's Eloise Julian from Rocky Mountain College. She's followed by the University of British Columbia's Ella Boat. And rounding out your top 5 from Sierra Nevada, Caroline Clayson. How about that? Look at this scoreboard, Alex Beatty. You've got Sierra Nevada with Burke in first. You've got Sierra Nevada in second with Tikkanen. You've got Sierra Nevada in 5th with Clayson. In 7th with Emily Lamoureux. What an incredible performance from the top 4 skiers from Sierra Nevada College.
Absolutely, boss. Looks like they may be taking home the gold. Of course, that's not official. We'll get those times calculated for you as soon as possible. Rocky Mountain College sitting in second, I believe, at this point with some impressive finishes. Still waiting on third place and the rest of the leaderboard, but we'll get that to you as soon as possible.
Let's go down some of the latest finishers after Burke winning in the national championship. We saw Heather Durr from Penn State University crossing the stripe in a combined time of 2:22.35. She was followed by the College of Idaho's Nina Herner. She came in at a 2:22.62. And then from the University of Massachusetts, it was Claire Hamnett. And Hamnett crossing the stripe with a combined time of 2:24.94. Now on course, it's Ashby Sussman from Cornell University. Across the stripe comes Sussman with a combined time of 2:23.12. And now we'll see Skidmore's Kelsey Siafi, 35th fastest after the first run, wearing bib number 24. She's making her way through the center section into the lower third.
And boss, this course is all about speed. You can see from the times, these racers are loving it. They are going fast, and that's what they love to do. Not as technical as the morning's course, and this is really where you can see these times separate out. The speed here as Kelsey Siafi of Skidmore makes her way towards the finish, really carrying some speed. Goes into an early tuck as she makes her way towards the finish line, crossing the stripe. That's bib number 24, Kelsey Siafi of Skidmore. She'll finish with a combined time of 2:24.76.
Boss Hog back with you now after discovering the mute button once again. You know, they call that in radio the cough button. That's the button you push when you have to cough. Unfortunately, this one's a little sticky, you see, so back with you again. And Alicia Hahn-Cannon from Northern Michigan University crossing the stripe in 2:24.82. And now we see at the bottom of the course with 2 gates to go, Kelsey Whittles from UCLA. And Whittles across in 2:29.54. On course from Castleton College, it's Allie Spencer wearing bib 52. She was 38th fastest after the first run, and she'll be followed by St. Olaf College's Lisa Cockey. But we can't say enough about the performance today from Matea Firk, Sierra Nevada College's senior superstar in her last competitive USCSA Giant Slalom event. What a way to go out, as she will take home a national title in the women's GS today. And it took a second run from Matea Firk to steal it from the jaws of Johanna Tikkanen, who had thrown down just a blistering pace earlier this morning. Nobody thought anybody could overcome that time, but Matea Firk did. She sat there during the break and said, I got to figure out a way to do this, and did. Congratulations to her in a spectacular second run for a national title here in Sun Valley, Idaho. Back to live action, Allie Spencer from Castleton College across the stripe in 2:25 flat. Lisa Cockey wearing bib 91 from St. Olaf on course. And now dropping in from the start jack, it is Eleanor Tansley.
You can see the exhaustion on Allie Spencer just collapsing in the finish corral. Just looking at this run, I can't imagine completing one run, let alone two today. These racers must be exhausted, boss. Just a tremendous vertical drop and conditions that are, you might think would have softened up in the afternoon, but it is rock hard out there, and you can see it.
We call it bulletproof, and the racers love it. It is firm and it is fast, as Lisa Cockey from St. Olaf College crossing the stripe in 2:26.04. Now coming out of the center section into the lower third is Eleanor Tansley from the College of Idaho. Great to see the Yotes so well represented here at the National Championships. And I'll tell you something, the vibe that we get here in Idaho is like no other. I don't only get it from the kids on the college ski team, I get it from every person in this town. It must be an Idaho thing, must be in the water.
Absolutely, boss. A far cry from Boston, Massachusetts. Everyone here warm and inviting. It's just great to be around them. And as a bonus, I can understand everything they're saying. Boston can be tricky at times with that, boss.
Eleanor Tansley from the College of Idaho across the stripe in 2:27.14. Now from Colorado Mesa University, it's Maddie Wells. She'll be followed by Lindsay Todaro from University of Massachusetts. She is now dropped in from the start jack and awaiting her second run from Castleton College's Kayla Rogers. But Matea Firk, your national champion here today, followed by her teammate Johanna Tikkanen in second. Then it's Rocky Mountain College's Eloise Juliand in third. That's your podium. Then we see Ella Both from the University of British Columbia in fourth. Caroline Clayson from Sierra Nevada in fifth. Frederica Helm from Rocky Mountain in sixth. It's Emily Lamoureux from Sierra Nevada in seventh. Caitlin Forbes from St. Anselm's in eighth. And in ninth place, Nicole Polshuk from the University of Nevada, Reno. Maddie Wells from Colorado Mesa University across the stripe in 2:25.46. And now on course, coming into the lower third, is Lindsay Todaro from the University of Massachusetts.
Lindsay Todaro, a freshman out of UMass, very consistent skier. She finished every single run this year, both in the regular season and at regionals. So consistency is key in ski racing. You miss one run, if you don't finish, you don't get a time, and that can really crush your standings, boss.
Lindsay Todaro now across into the finish corral with a combined time of 2:27.69, good enough for 40th position. And Kayla Rogers from Castleton College now moving through the center section. Jessie Evans from Cornell University in the start jack wearing bib 6. She was 43rd fastest after the first run, awaiting her second run. Meanwhile, Kayla Rogers from Castleton College. Now into the lower third with 10 gates to go comes Rogers. Cornell University's Jessie Evans making her way out of the top third into the center section, while here at the bottom with 3 gates to go, it's Kayla Rogers from Castleton. Kayla Rogers across the stripe with a combined time of 2:25.11. Jessie Evans from Cornell University now on course into the middle section. She'll be followed by Margaret Del Cole from Lafayette College. Jessie Evans from Cornell University. We're not sure if she has the dingle cam attached to the top of her helmet or not. We're going to have to check that as she comes through the finish corral. But here comes Jessie Evans from Cornell. Wearing bib 56, 43rd fastest after the first run. And Jessie Evans with 5 gates to go. Here comes Evans across the stripe. Into the tuck and into the corral comes Evans with a combined time of 2:27.06.
Jessie Evans, the speed specialist from Cornell, a junior majoring in animal science, and she skis like an animal. Second fastest GS run at regionals. A great skier for Cornell, and she's got one more year. Her senior year, she's going to really let everything hang out, and hopefully we'll see her at Sunday River for the 2014 USCSA National Championship.
Margaret Del Cole from Lafayette College now making her way through the hairpin turn into the final 6 gates, having to scrape some speed here at the bottom. She was carrying good speed out of the middle section into the lower third, and now into the final gate and across the stripe comes Margaret Del Cole with a time of 2:28.42 from Lafayette College, good enough for the 43rd position. Clarkson University's Kelly Rowland now on course wearing bib 34. She was 46th fastest after the first run, and she'll be followed by the University of Massachusetts' Casey Ryder, who is now dropping in from the top start shack wearing bib 45.
Of course, Kelly Rowland, formerly of Destiny's Child, skiing very well for Clarkson, hoping she'll come down to the timing house and say my name as she makes her way towards the finish line now. Impressive speed out of Kelly Rowland.
Boy, talk about starstruck Alex Beatty. Kelly Rowland across the stripe at a time of 2:28.60. Good enough for 44th place for Rowland. And now on course from the University of Massachusetts, we'll see Casey Ryder. Casey Ryder now into the middle section. You know, Alex, as we saw this second run set, we certainly saw the hairpin that they set at the bottom of this run. I really thought there would be some more technical difficulty there. So from our vantage point, it probably is a little bit of an optical illusion that those gates are a little further apart than they look from this vantage point. We haven't seen a whole bunch of difficulty of these ladies coming through that section. Still nothing easy. Try this, folks. Get on a pair of skis and go 50 miles an hour down a steep run and make 46 turns in a minute and 20 seconds and see how your legs feel. We welcome anyone to give it a try. Of course, these are the best of the best college racers at its finest here at the Nationals in Sun Valley, Idaho. Boss Hogg and Alex Beatty bringing you all the action from the USCSA broadcast booth here in the Warm Springs base area in the beautiful Wood River Valley of Sun Valley. We're glad you're with us at www.uscsa.com. Taylor Manderson now from Clarkson University on course wearing bib 77, followed by her teammate Sarah Schaefer, also from Clarkson. And in the start shack awaiting run number 2 from Rocky Mountain College, it's Jessica Wolf. Now across the stripe, it's Taylor Manderson from Clarkson University with a time of 2:32.01, good enough for the 47th position.
Here comes Clarkson's Sarah Schaefer showing some tremendous speed down into this almost super G turn in the bottom third of the course. Sarah Schaefer, the junior out of Clarkson, originally from Petoskey, Michigan, skiing very well today for Clarkson, a powerhouse in the East, and we're expecting to see some great things from Sarah Schaefer, boss.
My wife would kill me if I did not correct the pronunciation of Petoskey, Michigan. So. Across the stripe, it is Sarah Schaefer from Clarkson with a combined time of 2:28.75. Now wearing bib 86 from Rocky Mountain College, it's Jessica Wolf, 50th fastest after the first run with a time of 1:19.74. She'll be followed by the University of Minnesota Duluth's Mary Dougherty. Dougherty now dropping in from the start shack. She's on course. So Wolf and Dougherty eating up this Greyhawk Trail. in the second run of the Women's National Championship Final. 3 gates to go here for Jessica Wolf. Wolf gathers herself and makes it across the stripe safely with a combined time of 2:26.13. Mary Dougherty from the University of Minnesota Duluth now out of the top section into the middle part of the course.
Rocky Mountain College having a very impressive showing today, boss, after recovering from a team-wide bout of food poisoning at their regional championships. Must be those Rocky Mountain oysters. Long-time delicacy at the RMC Dining Hall, boss.
Wow, I thought it might have been the cheese ball. Back to live action, Mary Dougherty from the University of Minnesota Duluth. She was 51st fastest after the first run with a 1:20.30 as she makes her way into the final 6 gates. Mary Dougherty from Minnesota Duluth. 2 gates to go into the tuck, and across the stripe comes Dougherty. Dougherty in a time of 2:30.96. Tara Byrne now on course from St. Anselm's College. Lots of East Coast representation here at the USCSA National Championship. And in the start shack, also from the University of Minnesota Duluth, it is Alexandra Botcher. Wearing bib 48, now Botcher on course from Minnesota Duluth. Meanwhile, into the lower third comes Tara Byrne. Kristen Huff from St. Anselm wearing bib 49 in the start shack, awaiting run number 2. And 8 gates to go, 7, 6, 5 gates to go now for Tara Byrne from St. Anselm's College as she makes her tuck into the final gate, and across the stripe comes Tara Byrne. Tara Byrne with a time of 2:31.39, and that's good enough for 50th position for Tara Byrne. Alexandra Botcher now from the University of Minnesota Duluth.
Allie Betcher, the sophomore out of University of Minnesota Duluth, looking forward to, she's an Air Force ROTC cadet, so out of the Wild Blue yonder here, Allie Betcher hoping to graduate into the U.S. Air Force, expecting great things from Allie Betcher. Great ski racing here from University of Minnesota Duluth.
She's got 4 gates to go. Here comes Betcher. And across the stripe in a combined time of 2:34.33 for Allie Betcher. Next, wearing bib 49 from St. Anselm's College, we'll see Kirsten Huff. She'll be followed by Brown University's Catherine Stewart. But a big day for Sierra Nevada College's Matea Firk in her senior year, winning a giant slalom national championship in her final collegiate giant slalom race. It doesn't get any better than that. Having to come back from a pretty large deficit after the first run from her teammate Johanna Tikkanen. Tikkanen laying down a 106.80 in the first run. Firk with a 107.36, so over a half a second difference between the two. But then Firk comes back with a lightning fast second run of 59.02 against Johanna Tikkanen's 59.67 and wins by 5/100ths of a second. Check that, that's 9/100ths of a second against her teammate. So Matea Firk, your national champion, here today in Sun Valley. Meanwhile, Kirsten Huff from St. Anselm's across the stripe in a combined time of 2:31.08. And now wearing bib 71 from Brown University, it's Catherine Stewart. Stewart will be followed by Minnesota Duluth's Mara Williams. And in the start shack awaiting her second run, it is local hero and youth from the College of Idaho, Casey Benner. Now Catherine Stewart across the stripe from Brown University in a time of 2:32.32. Mara Williams now having some difficulty up high above the course, and it looks like she may have skied out Alex Beatty as I was checking the timing screen here. And in fact, that is correct. So tough luck for Mara Williams. She is okay, but she is off course and will be a DNF here in run number 2. Hillary Sapp, also from the College of Idaho, awaits her second run from the start shack high above on the Greyhawk Trail here. Now into the middle section comes Casey Benner from the College of Idaho. Benner with a good run going here in the center section of the course. The conditioning really starts to show as they make the transition into the lower third and the final 15 gates. After 2 runs of exciting racing here today, the legs become real tired real quick. Lactic acid begins to settle in. And the ski racers call that the nuclear meltdown. Just where you use your stomach muscles to get it home. Here comes Casey Benner. Let's hear it for local hometown favorite Casey Benner from the College of Idaho. Finishing across the stripe in 2:33.02. Go Yotes.
Great run by Iowa's Casey Brenner. Very aggressive line, tight and consistent the whole way through. It was a pleasure to watch, boss.
Here comes her teammate, Hillary Sapp, also from the College of Idaho. She's got a good second run going here as she makes her way into the lower third part of the course. The Greyhawk Trail, of course, the home of all of the alpine competition, both the ladies and the men's giant slalom and slalom events. Of course, tomorrow we will bring you run number 1 of the men's GS beginning bright and early, 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time. That's 11:30 for you folks back in the east. As Hillary Sapp from the College of Idaho crossing the stripe in a time of 2:34.28. Penn State University's Hillary Deagle now on course wearing bib 40. She was 59 fastest after the first run with a 1:23.52. She'll be followed by the University of Massachusetts' Katie Tadero.
It's great to see the Mid-Atlantic region so well represented here, boss. You got to think these kids from schools in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, even some places in New York, they don't see mountains like this on a regular basis. A slope like this in those states is hard to come by, and they must be a little bit intimidated here, boss.
This is a big hill, and it is a big mountain in Sun Valley. Certainly got some steepness at the top as well as we watch Hillary Deagle from Penn State University, the Nittany Lion. She crosses in 2:36.43. Wearing bib 69, it's Katie Tadero from UMass. She'll be followed by the Nittany Lion from Penn State, Tommy Chapman. And now Chapman drops in from the start shack. Coming up next, we'll see the University of Nevada at Reno's Taylor Santon. Meanwhile, Katie Tadero from UMass. Now making her way into the final 10 gates. Here comes Katie Tadero from the University of Massachusetts.
Look at her go, boss. Like an oiled gazelle, she glides past these last few gates, picking up speed and tucking across the finish. Great run by Katie Tadero.
Good ski racing coming out of Amherst, Massachusetts, no doubt, as UMass well represented here at the Nationals. Wearing bib 47 now on course, the Penn State Nittany Lion, Tommy Chapman. She was 61st fastest after the first run with a 1:25.00. She'll be followed by the University of Nevada at Reno's Taylor Santon, wearing bib 27. And now Northern Michigan University's Elizabeth Wolf, wearing bib 78. She awaits her second run from the start shack. 6 gates to go. Here comes Tommy Chipman. Tommy Chipman from Penn State University. And 2 gates to go for Chipman as she crosses the stripe with a combined time of 2:39.08. Taylor Santon now on course wearing bib 27 from the University of Nevada, Reno. And Elizabeth Wolf from Northern Michigan University getting ready to drop in from the start shack. But a big day for Matea Furk from Sierra Nevada College. She's atop your leaderboard in the first position, followed by her teammate Johanna Tikkanen. And in third position from Rocky Mountain College, it's Eloise Julian. She's followed in fourth by Ella Both from the University of British Columbia. And rounding out your top 5, also from Sierra Nevada, Caroline Clayson. So Sierra Nevada, the Incline Village superstars, coming in and taking the first, second, and fifth position here in this ladies GS championship. Amazing performance coming out of that club and that school. And Branco has got a program put together, no doubt. Taylor Santon from University of Nevada in Reno across the stripe into 2:44.38. Now we'll see Elizabeth Wolf from Northern Michigan University as she makes her way into the final 6 gates. Catherine Roosh also from the University of Minnesota Duluth. She is on course, making her way out of the top third into the center section. While down here at the bottom with 2 gates to go, here comes Elizabeth Wolf. And across the stripe comes Wolf in a time of 2:37.77. In 6th position, it is Frederica Helm from Rocky Mountain College. Then Emily Lamoureux from Sierra Nevada in 7th. Caitlin Forbes from St. Anselm's College in the 8th slot. Nicole Polshuk, last year's GS national champion from the University of Nevada at Reno in 9th. And rounding out your top 10 from Sierra Nevada College is Melissa Daniels. So look at the SNC all over the leaderboard in 10th, in 8th, in 5th, in 2nd, and in 1st. Wow, that's impressive.
Absolutely, boss. It's ideal for a team to finish with 5 racers in the top 10. Couldn't ask for better results than that.
Now across the stripe comes Catherine Roosh from the University of Minnesota Duluth with a combined time of 2:40.16. Caroline Loy now, of course, from Cornell University. She was 65th fastest after the first run with a 1:26.24. And she'll be followed by Penn State University's Cassidy Gehring.
Catherine Risch, the junior out of University of Minnesota Duluth, self-proclaimed dual slalom champion of the world, hoped to maintain her title this Saturday at the USCSA first dual slalom championship race. Really excited to see that one, and excited to see Catherine Risch take home the gold.
That's Caroline Loy now across the stripe for Cornell University with a combined time of 2:39.39.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Cassidy Gehring from Penn State University. Making her way down into the lower third with 10 gates to go comes Gehring.
I got something
She'll
here.
be followed by Clarkson University's
that you don't ever
Michaela
wanna turn
Stebbins.
down. That you
And
don't
now
ever
in the
wanna
start
turn
shack
down.
awaiting run number 2 from St. Anselm's College, Lauren Salco.
Come on and get you some more. Come on and get
2
you
gates
some
to go
more.
and into the
Come on
corral.
and get you some more.
Here comes
Oh, whatever,
Cassidy
didn't matter
Gehring,
nobody else
and
but you,
across
baby.
the stripe
You
in
know what I'm saying?
2:41.72. So a good run from the Nittany Lion, Cassidy Gehring. Michaela Stebbins now from Clarkson University wearing bib 82. Moving out of the center section into the lower third, having to scrape some speed right there. You can tell Alex Beatty when you see the big puff of smoke that comes off the skis, that is not fast. That is slow, and that means I can't make the next gate. I've got to scrape some speed, and it is tough getting it back going again once that's happened.
Absolutely, boss. These racers carrying so much speed into the bottom section. They're forced to do whatever it takes just to make the next gate. Of course, if they miss a gate, there is not an opportunity to hike in GS, a recent rule change. So vital to hit every single gate on the course.
Michaela Stebbins from Clarkson University across in 2:40.34, good enough for 63rd position. We now see St. Anselm's Lauren Salco. Through the center section comes Salco into the lower third, and dropping in from the start shack wearing bib 4, it's Erica Anderson from Rutgers University. Nice to see the Rutgers team represented here in the Ladies GS Championship. Allison Kowalski now from Penn State University. She is set to go, dropping in from the start shack momentarily in run number 2 for Kowalski. Meanwhile, here at the bottom with 4 gates to go, it's Lauren Salco from St. Anselm's College. And into the finish corral comes Salco with a 2:41.83. Rutgers' Erica Anderson now making her way through the center section out of the top third. And Allison Kowalski from Penn State University awaiting run number 2 from the top. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, 22 hours of live broadcast coverage here on the USCSA Network. We're glad you've joined us at uscsa.com. Of course, for all you mobile app folks on your iPads or iPhones, just click on the link for our Ustream feed and you'll be able to see it anywhere and everywhere if you don't like watching it on the computer. Back to live action now. Lauren Salco from St. Anselm's across in 2:41.83. Erica Anderson from Rutgers. Now into the into the final 5 gates comes Erica Anderson. Anderson into her tuck, and across the stripe, it's Erica Anderson from Rutgers in a combined time of 2:52.94.
Erica Anderson, a senior out of Rutgers from Wayne, New Jersey. this will be her last giant slalom race. You got to think a lot of emotions running through some of these older athletes as this is their last chance, their last moment here in the spotlight in collegiate ski racing. It's coming from experience, boss. It's an emotional time.
I know it is indeed. What a fantastic way to finish a collegiate ski racing career, too, in a women's national championship here from Sun Valley. Congratulations to all of the athletes who have qualified and participated in today's race, especially the seniors who are finishing up their final runs of their collegiate ski racing career. Allison Kowalski from Penn State University, crossing the stripe in 2:44.11, good enough for 66th position. Always nice to see the Nittany Lions well represented here at the National Championships. Wearing bib 60 from Northern Michigan University, it's Ivy Lapp now on course. She'll be followed by the University of Minnesota Duluth's Julian Mose and Paige Doolin, also from Northern Michigan University, in the start shack awaiting run number 2. But now across the stripe comes Ivy Lapp from Northern Michigan in a time of 2:46.07. Julianne Mose from the University of Minnesota Duluth, now on course wearing bib 88. She was 72nd fastest after the morning session. Northern Michigan's Paige Doolin right behind her wearing bib 81. And now awaiting run number 2 from the top. From Colorado Mesa University, it's Kathleen Moore. Now into the lower third and the final 10 gates comes Julianne Mose. Mose now into the final 3 and into the tuck. Across the stripe, it's Julianne Mose from the University of Minnesota Duluth with a combined time of 2:52.40.
Julianne Mose, a freshman from University of Minnesota Duluth, just one of the many freshmen, I would say even probably the majority of skiers today are first-year skiers. Just great to see the youth really coming out today. A lot of freshmen, and looking forward to many more years of great ski racing to come from these racers, Bob.
Now Paige Doolin on track from Northern Michigan University as she makes her way through the final 3 gates and run number 2 here from the Greyhawk Trail. Paige Doolin across the stripe in a combined time of 2:49.24. We'll see Kathleen Moore coming up next from Colorado Mesa University as she makes her way into the center section in lower third. Allison Ware from William Smith College wearing bib 54, now dropping in way high above on the Greyhawk Trail in the top portion. And it looks like we've got a skier down here. No, check that. Looks like she's still going.
There's Paige Doolin out of Northern Michigan, self-proclaimed DFL All-Star. I've got my ski English dictionary in front of me. I think that's got something to do with finishing in last place, something I myself know much about. Paige Doolin hopefully not maintaining her crown today as she posted an impressive time, boss.
Kathleen Moore from Colorado Mesa University now into the finish corral with a combined time of 2:56.46. Allison Ware from William Smith College now moving into the lower third. She'll be followed by her teammate Allison Burrows. They're wearing bibs 54 and 75. Meanwhile, at the top, Rutgers University's Catherine Bondi wearing bib 53, awaiting her second run. The sun shines brightly here in the beautiful Warm Springs area of Sun Valley, Idaho, as we bring you live coverage of the second run of the Women's USCSA Giant Slalom National Championship. Ross Hogg and Alex Beatty on the call for you from the broadcast center. And across the stripe from William Smith College is Allison Ware with a time of 2:52.15. Now on course, wearing bib 75, it's Allison Burrows from William Smith College. Here comes Allison Burrows, making her way into the lower third from the center transition. Burrows qualified 76 after the first run. She's wearing bib 75, and she'll be followed by Catherine Bondi from Rutgers. Now through the hairpin turn into the final 5 gates comes Allison Burrows.
Allie Burrows of Hobart and William Smith, the sophomore from Simsbury, Connecticut, is skiing today for her dad, her inspiration in ski racing. It's great to see Allie here posting impressive times for her dad, and I'm sure a lot of ski racers today looking to their parents for inspiration and for education in ski racing. It's a family sport for sure, boss.
Now on track, it's Catherine Bondi from Rutgers University, wearing bib 53, 77th fastest after the first run. She'll be followed by the University of Massachusetts' Caroline Grady, and now Taylor Franks loads into the start shack high above this Greyhawk Trail from Rutgers University. 3 gates to go for Catherine Bondi from Rutgers, and Bondi across the stripe in a 3:02:03 combined time. UMass's Caroline Grady moving through the center section into the lower third. She'll be followed by Rutgers' Taylor Franks. Don't forget, exciting giant slalom action continues here on the USCSA Network tomorrow morning. Things kick off at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time. That's 11:30 back in the East, as we'll bring you live coverage of the men's 2013 Giant Slalom Championship. Right here on the same trail, they'll move it around. They'll bring the start shack way up high this Greyhawk Trail. They run a little bit longer than the ladies do, as Caroline Grady from UMass crosses the stripe in a 3:02:00. Taylor Franks from Rutgers on course, along with Madison Krovitz now dropping in from the University of Nevada, Reno. William Smith College's Rebecca Chinman now in the start shack awaiting her second run. Then, of course, tomorrow afternoon, we'll bring you live coverage of the men's second run of the GS, where we will crown a national champion tomorrow in the men's division, as we did today in the ladies' division. Congratulations to Matea Firk from Sierra Nevada College in her senior year in her final GS competition, winning a national title. How special it can be.
Hard to imagine.
Now Taylor Franks across the stripe from Rutgers University in a combined time of 3:06:05. Madison Krovitz from the University of Nevada, Reno. She's on course, and she'll be followed by Rebecca Chinman from William Smith. William Smith fielding a big team here this year at Nationals. Always nice to see them part of the program. Storied program out of that school.
Absolutely, boss. Lots of new faces this year. Some people, I have to say, I'm missing out. Northeastern University's Rob Visconti, a perennial contender here at these races, sorely missed. And, of course, Tufts University's Chelsea Stevens, my longtime friend and skiing companion. We miss you out here, Chelsea, but hopefully we'll see you next year.
Boy, if that's not a plug. I was so sad when she didn't make it, too. Like, it was only going to be perfect, you know. All of you listeners out there, of course, Alex Beatty and Chelsea Stevens. I don't know, but you might call you guys an item of some kind. Wouldn't that have been fantastic for you to be able to come and announce her at the national champions? But she blew up at regionals, didn't she?
She did, boss. But you know what? That's what ski racing is about. One day you're on top of the world, and the next day you're at the bottom of the run. Anything can happen. Chelsea Stevens blowing up at regionals. Not the end, though. She will be back next year, as will so many of these racers, looking for gold at the 2014 USCSA National Championships in Sunday River, Maine.
Rebecca Chinman on course now from William Smith, making her way into the final 3 gates and across the stripe. Here comes Rebecca Chinman, and a successful second run for Chinman.
Great skiing by Rebecca Chinman out of, check that, William Smith College, and it looks like that's going to wrap it up today for the ladies GS. Great skiing as we see the course crews coming to pull the gates out. That, I believe, that will do it. So we have all our racers. That's the way it is today in the ladies GS National Championship run. We have crowned Matea Firk of Sierra Nevada College. She will go home with the gold, the 2013 ladies giant slalom champion is Matea Furk of Sierra Nevada, and Sierra Nevada taking home the Team GS Championship as well. So will you look at that, folks? Matea Furk and Sierra Nevada dominating the day here at Sunday River. Of course, great performances all around by these excellent athletes. We'll get those individual and team results to you as soon as we have them.
A big day for Sierra Nevada College. I don't think I have ever seen a powerhouse like that in a women's competition or any competition for that matter. Taking on an enormous number of the top spots. I mean, it is really a testament to the program that is happening inside Incline Village right now. And we have only seen the women's. I suspect, Alex Beatty, that we are going to see an as impressive a setup of men's racing tomorrow as Jaka Yazbek, a national champion himself, Marcus Plyer. These guys are leading a team of men from Sierra Nevada that are every bit as powerful as these ladies. So you'll want to tune in for that tomorrow, folks. It should be fast, furious, and really exciting as we'll watch the men's GS beginning at 9:30 tomorrow morning. But today, the day belongs to Sierra Nevada College's Matea Furk, your 2013 USCSA Women's National Champion here in the Giant Slalom in her senior year in her final GS run of her collegiate racing career. So hats off to Matea Furk. We are so happy for her, and we will see her again in the slalom competition coming up 2 days from now right here on the USCSA Broadcast Network. The 2013 USCSA National Championships are brought to you in part by Patagonia. Their mission to build the best product, cause no unnecessary harm, and to use business to inspire and implement solutions to the environmental crisis. Learn more at Patagonia.com. Patagonia, the proud supporters of the USCSA. And by Reliable Racing. Whether it's Alpine and Nordic ski racing apparel and equipment, hill and event supply, sports timing equipment, or hard-to-find race gear, Reliable Racing is your one-stop shop. Check them out on the web at ReliableRacing.com. And by Hurricane Racing. Whether it's custom team Alpine, Nordic, or cycling race apparel you seek, Hurricane Racing delivers. Demand the very best in custom printed ski suits, jackets, pants, and race apparel. Demand Hurricane Racing. HurricaneRacing.com, official sponsors of the 2013 USCSA National. And by Twitchell Sportswear, the home of Yeti apparel. When you're facing truly abominable weather, the Yeti has you covered. Check out the complete collection at TwitchellSportswear.com. Proud supporters of the USCSA. Again, congratulations to Matea Furk from Sierra Nevada College, our national champion here today in Sun Valley, Idaho, as we bring you day number 1 of 5 days of broadcast coverage on the USCSA Network. We'd like to thank you for joining us, and make sure you tune in tomorrow morning as we bring you live coverage of the men's Giant Slalom Run 1, 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time, 11:30 back at the East. That's going to do it for us today from the Warm Springs base area in beautiful Sun Valley, Idaho. On behalf of our entire production team, including our director, Alan Price, and my broadcast partner, Alex Beatty, this is Boss Hogg saying so long, everybody.
stand and fight them.